Hey guys, so it's October 24th. I just got out of the shower, I just got home, it's kind of late, and it's a school night. And I also have my open class tomorrow, so yay for being a responsible adult. I'm home late on a Wednesday night because I did my first hiking trip in Seoul. Back at home in Vancouver, I actually hiked a lot in the summer. I love hiking. It's definitely something that I love to do. You're outdoors, you push yourself, and there's always a view or something to see at the end. I just love hiking. So I haven't hiked since I got here except for last weekend on a trip. But I wouldn't say I'm an intense hiker because I'm not as fit as I should be, but I would say I'm a pretty good hiker. That hike wasn't that exciting because in Jeonju the bus drove us to the top and we walked down the mountain. So it was nice, but meh. So today I had my first hike. So it's with Seoul Hiking Group, which is a group that's organized for just by this guy who works full time as a regular job, and he just did this. His name's Warren. He just did this because he was bored of his office job and just wanted to have a social way to hike. Because there's so many mountains around in and around Seoul to hike, but not everyone knows where they are. So he pretty much organized this group and he just does it for free on his own. So I joined this group before I came to Seoul, but I haven't really had time to settle down. So I usually do badmintons on Wednesday, but I decided to try this hiking thing to see how it goes. Just because I do love hiking, I do miss it. And it was also in Seoul. So the mountain I went to was called Inwangsan. And San means mountain in Korean, so it's just Inwon, I guess, Inwon mountain. And you get there by taking the subway line 3, the orange line, I believe, and you get off at Gyeongbokgung Palace, which is the big palace in Seoul, and I totally said it wrong. You get off there at exit 2 and you just walk into the park, and then there are some signs. I guess the first time you go, it might be hard to find at night because I went during the nighttime, but in the daytime it'd be more obvious. So you pretty much walk up the mountain, and at first I was like, okay, this is like Hong Kong hiking. Pretty much you just walk on the road and you just walk up the mountain, and I was kind of bored. But we got our first viewpoint, so we saw the cities. You saw Namsan Tower, you saw a bit of Seoul. It was like gorgeous. And then I'm like, okay, so then there were about like 20 of us, and then we kept walking up, and then we actually went to this place where there were like guards there, and he made us write down like the number of people we have and also the time we think we're getting back. And then after that we started walking up the stair up the forest. So I mean, like the hike wasn't as intense as I thought it would be. I was kind of nervous about joining the Seoul hiking group hike just because I had the assumption that they'd be really fit and really intense. But it wasn't that bad. And like, so there were stairs, you saw like the old fortress walls. It was really cool. There were guards every now and then, kind of like the Great Wall of China. It was like about a smaller scale, I guess. And then towards the end, before the peak, there was definitely a part that was actually like a hike. So there were like these that became rocks, no more stairs. You actually had to climb up them. And the peak was amazing. There were guards there were people drinking. It was a busy trail, even though it was like 9 p.m. at the evening. And then like, because Seoul was so bright, the city, like even though it's nighttime, you can see the trail because it's so like lit up. But I mean, you see like a gorgeous backdrop of the hike of the city. Sorry, and I don't know. Like ironically, it's one of the more beautiful hikes I've seen, just because all the hikes I've done in Vancouver and in Africa and wherever have in Ecuador have always been you go hiking and then you see like a lake or a crater or a lagoon or like a mountain view, or I mean it's always been gorgeous, but this is the first time where I hiked to somewhere and you saw the effing city. Like Seoul is just massive. You could see like, you couldn't even see the end of it this way, you couldn't see the end of it that way. You could see like, it was just amazing. So it was just ironic because you're hiking in nature to see the city, but it was really gorgeous. I did take some photos with my crappy phone, but I'm not going to post them just because they're obviously really bad quality. But I met someone in the Seoul hiking group that had a DSLR, so he took some photos, and I'll definitely post it on my Tumblr as soon as I get them from him. And yeah, so I think I will definitely do this hiking thing every Wednesday with this group. So I think every Wednesday now will be my hiking vlog. So this Inwangsan, it's a pretty easy hike. It was probably like maybe at most 2.5K round trip. And I think anyone can do it, except at the end, if you're not that fit, it might be a bit tougher. There were some people in the group that did find it tough, but I thought it was pretty doable. I mean, it's just like a regular hike. I would advise to bring some flashlights. There are people in the group that had headlamps just for coming down. It might get a bit treacherous, but I mean, all in all, it's a pretty easy hike. Bring a bottle of water, bring layers. It gets super cold at the peak, especially when you stop. So yeah, so I'm excited to do more hikes in and around Seoul, and that's my update. Alright, bye.